Well, hello there, YouTube. Mr. Gibson Guy here. I'm taking you for a short video today. It was a beautiful day out, and I thought I'm going to go for a ride, not anything in particular. And so I got on my Harley and went riding and did my usual head down to a Rural King to check on the ammo situation, see if there was anything that I could use. And on my way there, I knew it was going to be hopeless because they weren't going to have anything interesting. But I went for the ride anyway. And then when I got there, they have the big table where they put all the ammo, and I put my glasses on and I was making my rounds around the table, check out what they had, and I was just about done, and all of a sudden something different caught my eye, and that's what this video is about. I was going through the rifle ammo and shotgun ammo. I was coming over to the handgun ammo, and to my absolute shocking surprise, I found they had something that I was not at all expecting. Let's see if I can show you this here on camera. You don't see that very often, and you don't see that because you're probably not looking for it. 32 Smith Wesson Long. Okay, that is an ancient cartridge which doesn't go in any modern guns these days. This is not to be confused with 32 ACP, and they had a little sign there where it says, "This is not what you think. This is not for 32 ACP." And the guns that this is for, well, I'll show you in a minute, because obviously I bought it for a reason. But let me tell you this, here's the box that I bought, and at home I already had a box of it, and this is Aguilar, and this is another box of it that I had picked up. I got both of these at gun shows. Well, got them both at one gun show actually, and these were $30 a box, and you were lucky you could get it at that. This is the old box, kind of vintage stuff, and this is a newer one, just like the box that I got. So at the gun show, I and I also picked up a few loose rounds that the guy gave me when I bought the gun I'm going to show you here. So I had some more of those. They got some 32 shorts in there too. But these were $30 a box, and I've seen them go as much as 50 because it's old ammo and you can't get it, or you think you can't get it. Maybe some things are changing. But later I went to an Ocala gun show, and they had it there for $20 a box, and I thought, well, $20 a box, that's really great. Until just a little while ago when I was at Rural King, and here's the receipt for it. $16.91, less than $17 for a box of 50. So number one, I bought one right away, and number two, I will go back at my leisure and pick up some more, because I'll probably be the only one that buys it. And they had probably 2 cartons out there, 24 boxes all stacked up ready to go. And the guy was kind of surprised at the counter when I brought it up, and I told him right away, you don't find ammunition for 100-year-old guns around very often. He says, that's the first we've ever seen of it. And I said, I'll come back and buy some more, and I bet you'll have it. And he says, I bet we will. So I was thrilled, and instantly sent Steve a message and told him about it, because he just recently picked up a 32 Smith Wesson gun too. So the excitement here. 32 Smith & Wesson or .32 police cartridge, which is the Colt version of it, is basically two different names for the same cartridge. Colt wanted to change it around a little bit because on the side of the barrel of their gun, they didn't want to say uses Smith Wesson 32, Smith Wesson Long. They wanted it to say use Colt police cartridge. So they made a 32 Colt that was the same thing as the 32 Smith & Wesson. So, what do we have here? Let's see. These are really cool guns here. Revolvers. This is the model 1903 Smith & Wesson hand ejector. That's this. And I've done a video on this, but not on the ammo for it. This is, of course, a nickel-plated gun, and it's dated from the first decade of the 20th century, so between 1903 and about 1910, and that's where this one comes in. Let's see. It's empty. Nothing in it. And I'll just show you these. I'm not going to pull the trigger or anything here, but these are 32 Smith & Wesson Longs. They go in there like that. And then the hand ejector part uses the hand ejector and hand ejects them. I'm going to drop that. It's an old gun. And not to be outdone with that, we have to have a Colt as well. So we have this Colt. This is called the Colt New Pocket Positive, and it's chambered for Colt 32 police cartridge. And of course the Colt's open from pulling back instead of pushing forward like a Smith & Wesson. And same three cartridges. And like that. Don't want to pull the hammer back there. Hand ejector. Now, the really cool thing about these guns is these are from the first decade of the 20th century, 1900. And these were considered pocket carry guns at the time. And I don't have a scale with me today, but I'll just show you this. This is a model 36-7 Smith & Wesson 38 Special. And it is all steel. And it is noticeably heavier, just holding it in your hand, than this Colt. Or maybe an ounce heavier, but still lighter than this, is the 1903 hand ejector. So a more modern all-steel revolver, well, albeit in 38 Special, not in 32, but this is noticeably heavier to carry. It's a little bit smaller, you can see, but it's heavier gun in your pocket than either of these all-steel guns that are a little over 100 years old. These would be great guns for carry. The equivalent of a modern day gun is not that Model 36, but a Smith & Wesson Model 637. This gun is equal to, or maybe even a little bit lighter than this Colt or the Smith & Wesson. It seems about the same. The difference is these shoot 5 rounds of 38 Special, and these guns shoot 6 rounds of 32 Smith & Wesson Long, or 32 New Police. So I really think that these guns are really cool looking old revolvers here, and I would really love it if Smith and Colt decided to bring these back. I think there would be a big market for them. They could be, you could use them for a concealed carry gun. It's easier to carry than a lot of other guns. Gives you 6 rounds, and it's a gun which is one you would not be reluctant to fire, or because it doesn't have a lot of kick to it. It's a very smooth shooting gun. Could serve the purpose for personal defense very well. Very cool old thing here. But I got my 100-year-old ones, and that will do me. I'm not going to go shopping for a new one. And one of these in stainless steel would look really cool too. Yeah. You can't read anything on the inscriptions on this because this stainless steel's been polished, or this nickel's been polished so many times that it's almost all worn smooth. Anyway, so that was my find, getting some antique ammunition for just about the lowest priced ammo they had in the store, as a matter of fact. And I had just seen it for $50 a box recently, so I was pretty excited about that. So Rural King came through and gave me something that I was looking for, and I'll get some more. I'll have a whole ammo box full of that stuff pretty soon. So glad to know I don't have to spend 20 or 30 or 50 bucks to get it. Then I can take these babies out and try them out at the range. Well, that was the excitement of the day, and until the next one, give me a like and subscribe. Tell me what you think about this. How many people think this would be an interesting pocket carry gun today? It's really cool. Alright, Mr. Gibson Guy is out.